Hey guys, it's Marilla here, and Naruto was Naruto was a girl and had gravity manipulation. So let's go. Before we do so, we have a ship. I'll give you guys two ship then in this what if to decide who will be the ship. So in the comment section below, you guys, Sasuke and Shikamaru had a tie, which was 5 people voted for Sasuke and 5 voted for Shikamaru. And for Gaara, 14 people want Gaara to be the ship, so I will give you guys until Shippuden to choose the ship, so yeah. Now let's go. Let's do a little time skip. A month later, they've been doing D-rank missions, catching cats, helping old ladies cross the street, and whatsoever. They're now to Hokage's office with Shikamaru lying down the floor, Naruto just floating on the ground, just floating and just chilling, and Kakashi just being his regular old Kakashi. And Sasuke's complaining, Hokage, I am an Uchiha elite. I need a higher up mission to test my skill. Naruto would say, oh, I'm sorry, Sasuke, but being a nuisance is not a skill. Moreover, it's not really a skill to begin with, and you haven't even unlocked your Sharingan. And Shikamaru would, wheeze a bit, and yeah. And Sasuke would get mad, saying, oh, so what? I am still Uchiha elite. Naruto would say, sure you are. Maybe because you're only one of the only Uchihas left. As Shikamaru would continue to laugh, and Sasuke would get pretty mad and say, don't talk down to me or else. As Naruto would say, or else what? You're gonna beat me up or something? You can't even pick up a good fight with your brother, and how are you supposed to fight me? And Naruto was just spitting out roast and facts about Sasuke, and Shikamaru was in the background trying to hold back his laughter. And Kakashi is trying to hold up a straight face, but you can see that he's smiling under that mask. So basically, Shikamaru's the Sasuke of the group. Sasuke is basically the Naruto of the group, and Naruto is basically the Sakura. Oh wait, never mind. Shikamaru is going to take place of Sakura. Naruto is going to take place of the Sasuke, and Sasuke is going to take place of the Naruto in the original canon. So yeah. And Kakashi is still Kakashi. So let's go. So Naruto. So the Hiruzen said, fine. So to Uchiha, fine. I actually have a mission for you guys, a C-rank mission. And you have to escort a bridge builder there. Shikamaru would. So yeah. Shikamaru would say, Sasuke, look what you did. This is going to be a even bigger drag from now on. As Shikamaru would get up and yeah. And Tazuna would walk in and hear about things about Naruto and Shikamaru. So Shikamaru give himself a pretty good reputation in the Leaf. He's pretty well known in the Leaf, but to other nations, not really, to be honest. So the village the Tazuna would walk in and make fun of Sasuke. So is this going to be the group that's going to protect me? Well, at least I have Kakashi. So, okay, you'll explain them as the Hokage would say yes. Your joining leader is Kakashi Hatake, or Kakashi with the Sharingan, or the Copy Ninja. You have heard of him in many names. As this is the genius of the village, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. She's the daughter of the fourth Hokage and is a great Konoichi. Oops. Naruto's wearing this. The next one is one of my smartest students in the academy, Shikamaru Nara. And the last one is our Uchiha, is the one of the final survivors of the Uchiha clan, Sasuke. As Naruto interrupts saying, the only Uchiha that's left, and the Uchiha who's been, the Uchiha, and all of us, the Uchiha's the weakest. I mean, he can't even grip for good. He hasn't even wakened his Sharingan. And Shikamaru would say, agreeable. Sasuke is pretty weak. And Sasuke would get mad and say, hey, I'm an Uchiha elite, respect me. As Naruto would say, oh, I'm sorry that you act like such a fool. I'm sorry that your clan has been massacred. I mean, it's not my fault anyway. I'm sorry for you being a disappointment. And I'm sorry for making you mad, oh great wise Uchiha. As a reason, I think that Sasuke and Naruto would really end up together. But for the sake of the wife, I'll let you guys choose. As Husu would say, alright. So, let's go. As a day later, they have now packed. Naruto and Shikamaru, being the smart ones in the group, actually got their little bags and put their stuff all in scrolls. Kakashi, being a Jonin, did the same thing as Naruto and now I'm sorry guys for the background noise. It's because of my little sister. Now let's go. Sasuke packed a pretty decently big bag with his stuff in it. And yeah, I might give Naruto a new outfit, but I'll decide later. So let's continue. Naruto, Sasuke, and Shikamaru, and Kakashi will walk off, and Naruto would be able to see under Genjutsu instead of Sasuke going for it. It was Naruto and Shikamaru, and before Kakashi even faked his death, Naruto and Shikamaru just took out each one of them, one each. Naruto would take the chains and would tie them up and interrogate them. Naruto would say, okay, now spill all the info you got. Spill all the info you got, or else this will happen to you. As she would pull the chain, and one of the spikes would hit the demon brothers, and one of the demon brothers will be screaming in pain. As Naruto would let loose of the chain, saying, "Now, tick-tock, I don't have much time. Spill all the info you got." As Kashi would say, "Geez, Naruto, that's a bit brutal." As Naruto would say, I've done worse." As the demon brothers would tell everything about Kato and his men and whatsoever, Naruto would just pull the chain and the demon brothers would be screaming in pain and they die. Shikamaru was a little bit fazed by the bloodshed, but Naruto didn't even look fazed at all. Sasuke was a lot fazed because it reminded him of the Uchiha massacre. And he had a lot of flashbacks, and then his Sharingan, one to Mui, had awakened. As as the group will be looking at Sasuke, and his Sharingan will come out. Naruto would say, "Finally! You finally unlocked your Sharingan." At one of the most deadly situations, and you got a Sharingan because of the demon brothers that I killed. Wow. This is kind of pathetic. As they'll just walk off, and Zabuza Momochi and the thing with the sword that still happened in canon, and this time Shikamaru would just Naruto with the sword when the sword was coming, Naruto reversed gravity on it to make it a lot lighter, and she carried it like it was nothing. Naruto would say, "Wow, this looks really fun. I wonder if..." And Zabuza would come out, and another one would come out too. But not really. That other one was Haku. Naruto would say, "Oh, hello, Zabuza of the Mist. Zabuza, the demon of the mist. Now, where's your ding-dong subordinate, Haku?" Saku would arrive, and yeah. Zabuza would say, "Hey kid, give me back my sword." As Saku would say, "Master Zabuza, that is not any ordinary kid. The girl with the blonde hair is Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, the daughter of the fourth Hokage and the genius of the leaf." As Zabuza would say, "You're the daughter of the third fourth Hokage then. If I could bring them in your head, I must have a really big bounty." As he would go off and try to stab Naruto, but Naruto would just use her gravity release and she'll just make the gravity heavier on Zabuza and Haku. Zabuza and Haku would fall to their knees, and Zabuza would ask, what is this?" As Naruto would say, "Oh, it's a little bit of a Kage Genkai of mine. It's why I can't really, how should I say, this is why I never got my missions I never got a scratch on my missions. Now, let's just take this as she'll get the executioner's blade and she'll chop Zabuza's head off. And then she'll come up to Haku and chop his head off too. As Naruto would seal their bodies in scrolls, and she'll also seal the executioner's blade. So yeah. So they'll arrive, and Nagashi would be training them on tree and water walking. Shikamaru already knew this because of Naruto. Naruto already knew. Shikamaru decided to train on water walking. While Sasuke was walking on, trees, Naruto was training on her own. I think Whatifer never really happened. A few days later, Kato and his men arrived. Naruto, being the narco she is, stopped them. She was acting a bit psychotic at times, but yeah. Naruto took the kunai and sprinted so fast that nobody else could see. And Sasuke could barely see with his Sharingan, so yeah. Naruto split all their necks and all of them fell to the ground. Kato saying, "Please spare me, I'll give you anything you want." Naruto would say, "Oh, really? I want you to sign this form." As Kato signed the form without reading it and not being careful, so now it was the first one saying that all my companies would go to the land of waves, and all my money would go to Naruto Uzumaki, Namikaze, and Shikamaru, and yeah. So Naruto would say, "Hey yo!" And she would pass the form to the first form to Kazuna, and Naruto would just get a kunai and slit his throat, so yeah. Kazuna would catch it and would begin to cry, saying, thank you so much." As the bridge would be called the Great Naruto Bridge. Naruto is now the savior of the wave. Not a random Shinobi was there, and she was now again on the bingo book. You guys go down to the name, comment down the name of her in the comments below, and yeah. She is now pretty famous for defeating one of the deadly seven swordsmen of the mist pretty easily, and defeating Gato and being the savior of the, mist. The savior of the waves. The Great Naruto Bridge. Sorry. So, Naruto already knows the Chidori, so yeah. Now let's continue with this. They would get informed about the Chunin exams and they would go. Naruto was walking with Sasuke and Shikamaru, and they would see Kankuro beating Konohamaru. Naruto and Konohamaru have a good bond, so Naruto would go up and say, "Oi, do you know who he is? That's the fourth Hokage's grandson. You don't want to start a war, right?" As Kankuro would say, "This is awakening the third Hokage's grandson. If you want him, I just wanted to teach him a little lesson, and if you want him, come get him, little girl." As Naruto would say, "Oh, you've done it now." As Naruto would speed with Kankuro, and she would kick Kankuro in the face, do a spinning kick in the face. And Kankuro would drop Konohamaru. Naruto would catch Konohamaru, and she'll set him down, and she'll be carrying Konohamaru, or giving him a little piggyback ride. Konohamaru would say, "Thank you, Naruto-ni-chan." As Naruto would smile, saying, "You're welcome, Konohamaru. Let's get away from these meanies." As Naruto would go up and look back at Kankuro and then look at Gaara and say, "Hey yo, so you're the one tells Jinchuriki, Gaara of the Sand. To be honest, you're pretty bad at hiding your chakra, especially with Shikaku." Sky would say, "Huh? How did you know I was there?" Naruto would say, A bunch of chakra was leaking. A lot of chakra was leaking out, and I know that you have Shikaku because 1, I'm also Jinchuriki. 2, I'm the 2. Kurama told me. Now let's go. Let's go, team. As they would walk out, Gara would blush a little and Shikaku would say, "Oh, Gara, you have a crush now?" As Gara would snap back into reality and go to his mindscape saying, "Shut up, Shikaku!" As Gara would ask, So who's Kurama, Shikaku?" And Shikaku would say, Big Brother Kurama. He's the Nine Tails. As Gara would say, wait, she's the Nine Tails Jinchuriki? But she looks so innocent. I'm sorry. As Shara would say, that's what she wants you to think. To be honest, Grandma's a pretty good Jinchuriki. From what I heard from the whispers, she's Naruto, the genius of the leaf. And she's also the fourth Hokage's daughter. He's also one of the last Uzumakis. As God would say, that's pretty interesting. So does that mean that she felt my pain? As he wondered. Along the way, they would go inside the training exams and sign up. They would go back to Genjutsu, and after a little while, they would see Lee. He would say, "Hi, my name is Rock Lee, and I challenge you, Naruto. And I also challenge you, Shikamaru Nara." As Naruto would say, "So, which one are we going for? Taijutsu, ninjutsu?" And that, as he would say, "Taijutsu, of course." And Naruto would say, "Okay." As Naruto would get all some kunais and throw them in opposite sides. These were the flying Raijin kunais. Naruto and Lee would begin to spar. And Sasuke is now a 1 Tomoe in one eye and 2 Tomoes in the other, okay? So Sasuke turned on his Sharingan and he decided to look at the whole mess. He could see the things a little bit clearly, and Neji also took out his Byakugan. Neji Hyuga could see a little bit more clear than Sasuke because Neji is a lot more experienced. He's also a prodigy. Naruto would obviously win this fight because of her genius and would chop Lee in the neck. Lee would faint and whatsoever, and then the energy would pick him up and go. They would go to the first round of the test with Naruto. Obviously, how should you say this? Winning. Or passing the test with flying colors. And she'll finish it straight away. And since she was so fast, she did under 5 seconds and she was done. She'll pass it on, and the proctor would think that she just gave up, but when he looked, it was all correct. So the proctor hid put Naruto's test paper in a drawer that's locked so no one can cheat on it. Naruto wanted to help Shikamaru, and Sasuke did his still cheating thing. But this time he cheated off Naruto. She would go to the gravity manipulation on Shikamaru's hand, and she would move Shikamaru's hand and pointing to the answers. As Shikamaru would do so and would take Naruto and whatsoever they would go. Anko Mitarashi would still make her entrance explain about the forest of death. Naruto wasn't even listening, so Anko still threw the kunai and Naruto just moved her head slightly and yeah. And it almost hit another person. So yeah. Uncle would say what do our old thing and they would go to the forest of death. Orochimaru isn't after just Sasuke this time. He's also after Naruto and Shikamaru. He's also after Naruto. Because here that she's also an Uzumaki and the fourth daughter, and she's actually really, really fast. So Orochimaru is also, and he has heard about her genius. So Orochimaru is also after Naruto. When Naruto saw Orochimaru, she got mad at him. She didn't really get mad, so yeah. She asked Kurama for some chakra, and Kurama would give her some. Because she and Kurama have a pretty good bond, so yeah. And Kurama, the cage is now unlocked, and the mindscape isn't that sewer. It's a grassy field with a lot of foxes in there. So yeah. Naruto would speed blitz Orochimaru and try to keep him in the head. Orochimaru would block and whatsoever go. Then Orochimaru would try to bite on Sasuke's neck, and Shikamaru would use style position jutsu and would stop Orochimaru in his tracks, and Orochimaru would try to break out and with a failed attempt because Shikamaru's style position jutsu is actually really strong. And now Naruto would speed blitz Orochimaru and would get the executioner's blade and chop his head off. And Naruto, being Naruto, would seal Orochimaru so he could not use any chakra. And she'll also chop Orochimaru's head off. So Orochimaru is now dead. And the Hokage saw this because he was looking. Hokage saw this because he got informed that Orochimaru might be there, and he saw that Naruto actually killed him. And they saw the seal, which is non-chakra, so Orochimaru can't really transfer to another body anymore. So that means Orochimaru's subordinates are now free of the curse mark. So yeah. After that, under the forest of that, they would see. Oh yeah, let's go to a flashback. I forgot to mention the thing with Kabuto. Naji would ask about the girl, or Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. Kabuto would say, yes, the girl, as everyone was looking at Kabuto because he claims he has a lot of information of everyone. So yeah, let's go. And they're quite interested in Naruto too, so yeah. Kabuto would say, okay, so Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, the daughter of the fourth Hokage, her taijutsu is 10/10. Her genjutsu is a 7/10. Her Her ninjutsu is 10 over 10. Kikagen, he'd say about almost all her. And Kenjutsu 10 over 10. And heal medical jutsu 7 out of 10. Kikagenkai's gravity manipulation. Genius. D-rank missions 1020. C-rank missions 723. B-rank missions 694. A-rank missions 543. S-rank missions 371. Double S-rank missions 101. And all of them with no scratch? As everyone was looking at Naruto in shock, Habato would say, "But this is impossible." As Naruto would say, "Not completely impossible. If you have my Kikagenkai, you'll just freeze anybody in place and you won't even get hurt." Let's now continue. So, Kabuto would still. So let's continue. So after first of that, Naruto got earlier than Gaara's team, and let's skip a few more days. It was time for the one-on-ones. Most of the rounds would go along in canon, and this time it was Ino versus Naruto. Ooh, this is going to be so unfair. It's Sakura versus Naruto. Sakura would say, "I will beat you and win Sasuke-kun's heart. I will beat you and I will beat you, Naruto. And I will win Sasuke-kun's heart." As Naruto would start wheezing, saying, "You only became a ninja just to win Sasuke's heart? And plus, he's really weak. He can't even take that much bloodshed." And this time, the Cloud Ninjas are after Naruto since they know that she's the daughter of the fourth Hokage and she has a Kakagenkai, which was gravity manipulation, and she also has chakra chains. So, the battle is basically what Sasuke versus, the battlefield is basically what Kakashi did to Naruto it's basically Sakura's Naruto and Naruto's Kakashi, and it's the scene where in the belt test with Naruto versus Kakashi. Naruto versus Kakashi, that's it, in the belt test. And Naruto's basically dodging all of Sakura's attacks with minimal ease. And Sakura's getting more mad and mad at this, and she was trying to put Naruto in the genjutsu, but it wouldn't even phase Naruto. So yeah. let's continue with this. So basically, next was Shikamaru versus Ino. Shikamaru would use Shadow Possession Jutsu and would get Ino to hurt herself. Please don't do this in real life though, because hurting yourself isn't really healthy, okay? And Shikamaru would win. Next was Sasuke versus that random sound ninja, and Sasuke would be Stone Cannon. Next one was, so yeah, Neji versus Hinata would still go the same with Neji about to put a fishing blow on Hinata, and Naruto came up and stopped him. She came up, put seals, moved really fast, and put seals on her. Put seals on Neji, which was chakra, training seals. And it's chakra stopping seals, and no one would clearly see it. Only the Jonin and the Kages would see Naruto doing this. So yeah, Naruto would say, Don't hurt Hinata ever again, or else in the next fight we fight, I will have no mercy on you and go 100%. As Neji would just laugh and say, well, even though I'm still destined to win. As Naruto would go, and yeah. Now it was time for the 1 month of training, and let's go. Naruto was roaming around, and she saw Jiraiya, and Naruto just used gravity manipulation of Jiraiya, tried to throw a flying Raijin kunai, and which almost hit Jiraiya. And Naruto teleported behind Jiraiya and just Rasengan him. And Jiraiya would say, "Ow, what was that for? I need to do my research." And Naruto would say, "You pervert! You're picking on those girls." As Jiraiya would look at Naruto, and he would see Miyato in her, and he would realize that this is Miyato's daughter. And he would realize that she knows the Flying Raijin and the Rasengan. And Jiraiya would say, "Oh, so you're the fourth Hokage student's daughter." As Naruto would say, "Yeah, so what?" As Jiraiya would say, "I'm Jiraiya, one of the 3 legendary Sannin. I'm also your dad's teacher." As Naruto would say, "I know you're one of the 3 legendary Sannin, and I know about you. You're famous for peeking on girls." As Jiraiya would say, "Wait, what?" As Naruto would say, "I'm just kidding. But you're a perv though. You're a real perv. I saw Kakashi reading one of your books." And Jiraiya would say, "Oh, that book. I'm here for my research and inspiration." As Naruto would smack Jiraiya with some of her gravity manipulation, and Jiraiya would have a big, would get hurt pretty badly. So yeah. He has a red hand mark on his face. As Jiraiya would say, "What if I trade you for a little while?" And I could say, "Fine." I said to forget that you're a perv. As Jiraiya would say, yeah, whatever. So let's go. Let's train." As Jiraiya would try to teach Naruto the Rasengan, but he forgot that Jiraiya would teleport Naruto to Mount Miyaboku, and ask the Elder Toads about her, and they'll give information about her. And Jiraiya would say that you're quite strong, I see. As Naruto would say, yes, I am. Jiraiya would say, so to learn Sage Mode? As Naruto would say, I've read that before, but I don't really know how to access it. I mean, how to have it. I've read about that before. As Naruto would tell Jiraiya about all the things about Sage Mode, and Jiraiya would say, I know, I'm the teacher. I'm the teacher here. Naruto would say, oh, I'm sorry, Perry Sage. As Jiraiya would say, hey. As Gamabunta would say, Jiraiya has never really changed. As Naruto would say, so he is a pervert now and then. Before and now. Jiraiya would say, I'm not a pervert, I need books. I need research for my books. As Naruto would say, perv books. As Jiraiya would teach Naruto Sage Mode, and Naruto would have, Sage Mode. He would do some training, and Shikamaru would do his own training with his dad. With Kakashi. So yeah. That's basically going to be it for now. So, Naruto and Jiraiya also did some other Rasengans. And add chakra natures to it. So Naruto and Jiraiya are now set for the Chunin exams, and I'll do the Chunin exams next episode. And what if Naruto was a girl and had gravity manipulation? So, 3, 2, 1, bye. That's probably signing off. Bye!